Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today my name is Osetale. Today's tutorial video is a part 2 version of how to cut and sew a cargo short. So in my last video I shared with you guys the pattern drafting. Today's video is going to be all about the sewing tutorial. Without wasting any time, let's get started. So guys, this is the fabric I'm going to be using for this tutorial. It's called chinos. So that's the name of the fabric. It is a very thick fabric and it is not stretchy at all. So you're going to be needing at least 1.5 yards or one trouser length to be able to sew this short. So these are the pattern papers that we drafted out in my last video. So this is what we did. This is the front, the back, and I also have all the pockets that we're going to be needing. This is for the side pocket, this is the cargo pocket, this is the waistband, this is going to be for the cargo pocket cover, these are the zipper fly, and this is the back pocket. So guys, these are all the pattern papers I'm going to be using to cut on my fabric for this tutorial. So this is what you're going to have after you're done cutting it out on your fabric. You can see I added ½ inch to the side, I added 1 inch on top there, I added ½ inch to all the sides of this one. This one is on fold here, this is the band, but I added ½ inch here. The cargo pocket, I added ½ inch to the sides, and here I added 1 inch, and this is the zipper fly. This I cut the smaller one on fold, as you can see, and this bigger one I cut it just a piece. Now this is the pocket. I use a white fabric to cut out the side pocket. So I have these pieces I'm going to be sewing to the sides of the pocket so that the white fabric won't be showing. It is 9 inches long, and this part here is 5.5 inches, and here is 3.5 inches. You can see it's a little bit slanted. This other one I have it to be 5 inches wide, and it is also 9 inches long. So guys, this is it. This is the shorts, this is the front and the back of the short. So you can see I also added ½ inch sewing allowance, but for the hem part I added 1 inch for the hem. So guys, this is it. These are all you're going to be needing. Now it's time to start sewing. What I went ahead to do was to weave all the sides around. You can see I went ahead to weave it around. I also weave the zipper fly around. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the front pieces together. I'll just measure down 7 inches and make a mark there. Now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and I will sew this part down. This is what I had after I was done sewing. As you can see, I made a top stitch on it. Anything you sew, you're going to top stitch it 2 times. Okay, so guys, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to fix my zipper. Please use the link that you're seeing on the screen right now to watch a video on how to fix a zipper fly. Okay, so this is what I had after I was done fixing the zipper, as you can see. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to work on the side pocket. Just place your fabric together like this. You're going to measure 2.5 inches and make a mark there. So just make a notch there. Now you're going to go ahead and come down here by about 6.5 or 7 inches and make a mark there. Just cut it out a little bit, just like this. After you're done doing that, I'm going to bring this wording. I already cut them out. It is 8 inches long and it is 4 inches wide. I'm just going to go ahead and iron it to the side here. So just iron it here and do the same thing to the other side. So guys, after doing that, just notch it here again where we notched before. Now you're going to go ahead to iron out the pocket shapes. Just bring your towel here. You're going to fold it, this place that I notched with the mark that I made. Go ahead and fold it and iron it out like this. You do the same thing to the other side. So guys, after you're done doing that, this is what you're going to have it looking like. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring the side pocket. I'm going to go ahead and work on the pocket. These pieces that I have here, I'm going to take them to my overlock machine. I will weave it round. Just go ahead and weave all of them round like this. And after you're done weaving them round, you're going to sew it to the side of this pocket. You're going to take one of the one that is a bit slanted, this one that is slanted. You're going to go ahead and sew one of it to this side. Place the other one aside and take one of the straight ones. You're going to sew it to this other side. After you're done doing that, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other pocket. Just sew it on it like that. This is what I had after I was done sewing the pieces to the two pockets. I also went ahead to weave the pockets round. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and freeze the pockets to the actual fabric. Please guys, use the link that you're seeing on the screen right now to watch a video on how to fix a side pocket for the sake of time. So this is what I had after I was done fixing the pocket. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is to bring the back pieces. I already went ahead to sew the dart on it, as you can see. So you're going to sew the dart on it like this. Now I'm going to be joining the back pieces to the front piece, so just go ahead and place it together, the right sides facing each other, and you're going to take it to the sewing machine and join the sides. Then you're going to do the same thing to this other side. So guys, this is what I had after I was done joining the sides. I've joined the back pieces to the front. I also went ahead to top stitch it. Okay, now it's time to fix the cargo pocket. I'm going to bring the pieces that I'll be using for the pocket and mark the wrong face. Now you're going to go ahead and fold this together. Just fold it together to the wrong side like this. Guys, when we were drafting it out, I added extra 3 inches to the wideness that I need because we are going to be pleating it. Now that 3 inches that I added, I'm going to mark 1.5, which is the 3 inches divided by 2. Just mark it on the two ends here and connect it. After you're done doing that, this part is going to be for the upper side. You're going to come down here by 2 inches. Then you come to this down part here, you're going to go up by 1 inch. Now you're going to take this to the sewing machine and sew it. You stop here, then you come here and sew it all the way to the end again. Then you're going to do the same thing to the other one. So this is what I had after I was done sewing the two guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and iron this out. Just bring your towel. You're going to make notch at this point here. Then you're going to open it up on the table. Make sure that this notch that you made is corresponding to this stitch, like where you sewed it. So just go ahead and open it up like this and iron it out. So press it down with your collar. That's if you have. If you don't have, you can just iron this out like that. After you're done ironing, guys, this is how it's going to look like from the front. Can you see how it's looking like? So this is what you're going to have. Then you're going to iron the other one as well. So this is what I had after I was done ironing the two. Okay, now this upper side here, you're going to go ahead and fold it, take it to the sewing machine and just run a stitch on it. Then you do the same thing to this other one, fold it and run stitch on it just like that. This is what I had after I was done doing that, guys. As you can see, I fold the two of them. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring this piece here. It is long enough to go around here and it is as wide as 2 inches. Now I already weave this part here. Now I'm going to bring my hemming gum. I'll just cut a little bit of it and use it to gum these parts together just like this. Just use your iron to press it down. After you're done doing that, now you're going to go ahead and sew it round this piece that you have. So just place it on it like the way you see me do and pin it down. You're going to come to the end here and pin it down as well. After you're done pinning, guys, this end here, you're just going to make a notch on it. So just make a little notch on it just like this, a very small notch, in order for you to be able to flip it. Okay, I made notch on the long rope, not the pocket hole. So just make notch on it. You flip it now easily, then you pin it down. You pin it at this end as well. Then you're going to do the same thing, make a notch on it again, the rope, not the pocket. Then go ahead and flip it to the other side like this and pin it down as well. So guys, when you get to the end here, you're just going to cut this rope, leaving half inch. Now you're going to take this to the sewing machine and weave it. So after weaving, you're going to also use your hemming gum to gum it together just the way I did the first time. So just use your hot iron to press it down. So guys, after doing that, now you're going to take this to the sewing machine. You're just going to sew it round like this. After doing that, you will do the same thing to the other pockets. So guys, this is what you're going to have after you're done sewing it round. You can see. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this to the right side. I'm going to make a top stitch on it. So just make top stitch on it all the way around. Then you do the same thing to this other one. This is what you're going to have after you are done making that top stitch. You can see now it is sitting very flat. So this is it. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to bring my fabric. I will come to the hem part here. I'm going to mark 1.5 inch up, 1.5 inches, guys. So just mark up 1.5 inches like this. Then you're going to place your pocket on that mark. Make sure it is sitting on that mark, and make sure that everything you're doing is straight. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and use your chalk to trace round where your pocket is supposed to stay, just like the way you see me doing. So guys, after you're done tracing it round, this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing you're going to do is to fold this end like this. You're going to place it on the line that you just would. You're going to pin it down. So just follow the line, fold the pocket that you have and pin it down. You're going to keep doing this till you get to the end. Just pin it the way you see me doing, guys, and do it all the way to the end.
Searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name. Grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane.
After pinning, guys, this is what you're going to have it looking like. Now you're going to take this to the sewing machine and sew it round like that. Then you will do the same thing to this other side. So guys, this is what I had after I was done sewing it. You can see I also did the same thing to the other side. Now the last thing I'm going to do now is to place this on top of it, just like this. You're going to stitch it down and stitch it down. Then you do the same thing to this one, place it on top and stitch it down just on the two sides. So guys, this is what you're going to have after you're done stitching. So this is how the pocket is going to look like. Now the next thing I'm going to work on is the pocket cover. Just go ahead and open it up like the way you see me doing. Now you're going to measure your pocket. So just measure here to know what you have. So you're going to be marking exactly what you just measured on this pocket cover. So just mark it on the two sides like this. Then you're going to just take this to the sewing machine and just sew it round just the way you see me doing. So just go ahead and sew this round, and you will do the same thing to this other one. So guys, after sewing, this is what you are going to have it looking like. I also went ahead to top stitch it and weave the end there. Now I'm going to bring my fabric. I'm just going to go ahead and place it on it just the way you see me doing. Go ahead and sew it all the way to the end. And after you're done doing that, flip it to this other side like this and make a top stitch on top. Then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. This is what I had after I was done doing that. So this is how you're going to have it looking like. The next thing is to work on the back pocket. So you're just going to go ahead and mark the wrong face. Now you're going to take this to the sewing machine and fold the end here. Take to the sewing machine and sew it down. Then you're going to do the same thing to the other one. This is what I had after I was done doing that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to just go ahead and use my iron to iron the sides like this. Just fold it and iron it out like the way you see me doing. So guys, this is what you're going to have after you're done doing that. Now I'm going to bring my fabric. I'm going to be placing it on the back of my fabric like this. Just come here to this dart line and measure down 3 inches. Go ahead and place it. You can see I already marked the middle of the pocket. Go ahead and place it like this on it. You're just going to make sure that you have 3 inches here, and here can be a bit longer because of the slanted line. Go ahead and pin this down just the way you see me doing. Now you're going to take this sewing machine and sew it 2 times. Then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. This is what I had after I was done sewing the back pockets to the fabric. You can see how nice it came out. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is to join this middle part of the back. So just place your fabric together like this. Take it to the sewing machine and join it. So guys, this is what you're going to have after you're done joining. So this is it. I also went ahead to top stitch it 2 times. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to flip this to the wrong side. Just place this part together. Make sure that the joining is corresponding. Okay, take this to the sewing machine and just join it down. So guys, this is what I had after I was done joining. I also went ahead to top stitch it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to hem this down part. So just take it to the sewing machine, fold it and hem it round. Do the same thing to the other side. So this is what you're going to have after you're done doing that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and work on the band. I'm going to bring the pieces that I'll be using for the band. I already went ahead to iron wording to it, and I fold it and iron it out. You can see I have this part to be 2 inches and the other part is 2.5 because it's a bit longer. I also went ahead to join this part together and I left half inch there, so I folded it to the right side. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring this piece that I already fold, these pieces. I will be using it for the belt hole. It is 4 inches long, so I have 6 of them. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark out where I will be putting the buttonhole. So just go ahead and place your fabric together like this and measure 4 inches. Measure 4 inches and mark it. After you're done doing that, from that mark, you're going to measure 5 inches. So just go ahead and measure 5 inches and make a mark there as well. So guys, now you're going to go ahead and measure another 5 inches and make another mark there. So guys, after doing this, now all this mark that I made, I'm going to go ahead and pin this rope to it. So just go ahead and place it on each of the mark and pin it down. So guys, after pinning, this is what you're going to have. Take it to the sewing machine and stitch on it all the way around. After you're done doing that, you're going to sew your band. So this part like this, just go ahead and place it on this end. Go ahead and take this to the sewing machine and sew it all the way to the other side. So just sew it round like that. So guys, this is what I had after I was done sewing it round. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to stitch on the belt hole. So just come down by about half inch and stitch on it all the way to the other end. So just stitch on all of them, and after you're done doing that, this is what you're going to have it looking like. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to finish up the band. I'm going to bring my towel, so just go ahead and place it on your towel just like this. You're going to fold it in, so just fold it in like the way you see me do, just like this, and you're going to iron it out. After you're done ironing, you're going to pin this down. So just pin it down with a pin. You're going to keep doing this till you do everything, so just iron and pin till you get to the other end. So guys, after doing that, this is what you're going to have. Just take this down and run a stitch on it round. After you're done doing that, just run a stitch on the top like this as well. So this is what I had after I was done doing that. I run the stitches on it. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to finish up the belt hole. So just place it on it like this and fold this end in and stitch on it. So go ahead and do the same thing to all the belt holes that you have. So just fold them in and stitch on all of them. This is what I had after I was done stitching on the belt holes. As you can see, I stitched on all of them. I also went ahead to make buttonhole here for my button, and this is it. This is how it came out. So guys, this is how to sew a cargo short. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share.